All right, guys, it's been 6 months with the Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and boy, am I excited. This phone is actually really great, and I think it's going to have a great afterlife, if you will. So, meaning the longer you have this phone, I think you'll probably be excited about it. Also, seeing what's coming in the future from Google. I don't know that they're going to do a ultra thin phone. I really hope they do. I don't know that they're going to do a folding phone. I really hope that they do. But with this phone right here, it kind of checks so many boxes that it's a keeper. It's a win. So I got this back in August of last year, August of 2025, and we are closing out February. So I was sitting around, I was using this because I use this every day. And I'm just excited to know that this phone has held up well. But there is some things that, not that it matters, but I'll go ahead and point it out now. I typically get last on this phone, and on my Pixel Fold, I've gotten updates first this isn't the norm. This is the norm. So to see that they're giving Google has pushed the updates to this particular phone before, their primary bread and butter, like this is their bread and butter. The Pixel phones are the bread and butter. I don't think these are the bread and butter because of the price. I think they cost a lot, and a lot of people can't afford to buy a phone at that price point, which is starting at $1,800. But you can afford this if you decide to put it on a monthly thing. So updates, if that's important to you, I've been getting updates on this phone, this phone, my Pixel Fold, before my Pixel 10 Pro XL, which is kind of strange. Now, the phone's greatness. Well, it's obvious that I'm going to open the cameras first, because that is a strong point for this phone. I really like how these cameras produce the footage on taking just regular photos of people. It typically gets the tones right. It gets and I take a lot of portrait shots. And so I was looking for blemishes and stuff like that. And I think I found one right around my ear, possibly a little bit around my ear. It might have been just the angle, but no one's really zooming in and checking things like that when they're taking a portrait shot. They take it, they post to social media, they say, here's a sample of the front camera, here's a sample of the rear camera, or they're just taking photos of things. And so I think that is where this phone will always shine over its competition, is photos. It's just so good at taking photos, not just portrait shots. I just prefer to take portrait shots because I don't like to take photos. Believe it or not, I do not like to take photos. I just want to do videos and put samples like that with my products. I don't like to post. When you see pictures like this on social media, it's just because I'm promoting the product and showing you the front camera. I can use the front camera to take a picture of anything else. I could hold up my iPhone Air and say and take a picture with the front camera. It will be awkward. So taking pictures of yourself typically can show some things of how, good a phone could be. But I think in general, this phone takes some of the best photos, and that'll always be a strong suit for me when I have a Pixel. Whether it's the front camera or the rear camera, it is just off the charts. It's always going to be good to me. And I don't mean like it's good to me as far as my opinion of it, as being good to me by continuously producing this great footage that it does. So I'm going to say that this camera could possibly be it could be a 10 out of 10, but then when you switch over to video, this is where, to me, I've always felt some type of way about it. I've never shied away from it. Google needs to improve on their video. I like portrait video, and even OnePlus has bumped up their portrait video to 4K, 30 frames per second. They've just done it. It is the right thing to do. And let me show you here. There we go. So even OnePlus has bumped up their video to 4K 30 for portrait. Look at that. And OnePlus used to be 1080p only. And so Google still really nothing there for their, and then on top of that, their video quality just isn't on par with other cell phones that are out there. So with that being the weak point of the camera, I still give the camera a 9.5 or a 9 out of 10 because that's something they can improve. I've tried the video boost and all that. It's cool and everything, but other cameras don't need to do that. They just fire up and they give great footage. Now, using this for 6 months, I've obviously taken more photos and video, and it's just what it is. I love the camera setup on here. I'm totally behind it. Just improve that video, Google, and we will have a stellar phone on our hands. Now, as far as the hardware goes, wow. I love this combination. I can't stress enough. I love this combination. It is just sleek as all can be. It's just great, man. And the fact that this is a really rounded phone, it is a win-win. You are going to get a winner if you decide to pick up this larger version or the smaller version. Either way, the entire Pixel 10 lineup is very nice. Nice and smooth, nice and round. It is great. All the way down to like their 9As. Where's my 9A at? Even this phone feels great. And this just feels, the brushed aluminum, I just really love it. I really like the way Google phones have turned out. They're just winning. They're winning. Let's just celebrate Google. Let's just celebrate them. They're winning though. They're winning because the hardware on these things are great. They are great. I think it's really nice. However, if Google could get rid of the polished sides and just do all brushed aluminum sides on their premium products, I mean, they have it on the more expensive Pixel Fold. Why not put it on the somewhat expensive main breadwinner, which is the Pixel 10 lineup, like their main slab lineup? Why not do it there? Why not do it there? So hardware wise though, I still like it. I give it a 9 out of 10. Just get rid of those polished sides. That's something I've said over the years. Nothing crazy. Facial recognition is really fast too. There you go. So software gets pretty much a 10. I have no complaints about the software of this product. Just none. I don't have any complaints. I think this is just a solid. And by the way, when I say I have no complaints, I haven't had any issues with this phone at all. There has been not one crash, not one reboot. There has just been steady flow of great software. Simply put, that's all I have to offer. They've put it out there. They've maintained it. So when they say they're going to give you 7 years of updates, I think it's 7 years, right? This is a phone that you could literally just live with. As long as it's in pristine condition and the hardware is not cracked and broken, it's safe. Keep it updated and you'll do good. Now, another area where this phone really shines is the battery life. Wow. And again, I do use this phone every day. Like it's one of my phone numbers that I have to keep around. Like I've had it for so long and then people have it. So I just continue to, just answer calls and give it out to more people. I've been giving it out to more people lately because this is kind of like my desk's phone, if you will, my office line. That's pretty much what this is. And boy, does it ring. However, I feel comfortable using this phone, letting it run down to like 10% and still taking phone calls on it. I charge this phone when it needs to be charged. That is when I charge this phone. And so I can go days with this phone. And if you're thinking about well, Jay, what do you use it for? Predominantly phone calls and lots of social media. Other than that, I don't check really too many emails on here. I prefer to go to a bigger screen. Like I prefer to be on my Mac for like checking emails and things like that. I just prefer a bigger screen. So I'll whip out my MacBook or I'll come in my office and get on the much larger screen here on my Mac and I'll dig in that way. But other than that, if I have to check emails on here, I will. But overall, folks, what I'm saying is the software top tier, easily a 9.5 out of 10 or even a 10. Because there's really not anything that's happening right now to make it crash or anything like that. So I'm perfectly fine with it. So you check a great piece of hardware and you check a great set of cameras, stunning software. That's what it's like using this phone for the last 6 months. You've got killer battery. What more do you want? Could there be some changes? Yeah, I've pointed a few of them out to you here. But other than that, I really enjoyed this phone. And I think it's a win. And I think it's a phone that's probably going to go down in history as one of the better Pixels that have been launched, because we all have our favorite Pixel. This one's actually doing pretty good. And I wasn't expecting to buy, like I had the 10, obviously I had the 9 Pro XL or whatever, the 9 Pro, but I just wasn't expecting to buy this. And I felt like I should just go straight to the small powerhouse version. But then I said, you know what, man, buy the XL. And here we are 6 months in, I genuinely like it. What do you think about your 10 Pro XL? Do you still like it? Have you had it for 6 months as well? Do you plan on keeping it and not buying anymore? None of us plan on buying the next device, but these companies are great at marketing, and they're great at that marketing 101. Like, you don't know what you want until you're told what you want. And I just think with a phone like this, you really, like all phones today, you really don't need to upgrade. Even when they make little changes, how are those changes going to affect you? You know what I mean? So this is a solid phone, easily could last us probably 5 to 7 years or even more, depending on if the software really gets those updates. But what do you think about the Pixel 10 Pro XL? I love mine.